Oh my gosh. I have been talking to the camera. I've been talking to the camera and saying hello to people in chat for the last 14 minutes. 14 minutes I've been talking to you. 14. We talked. I said hello to a bunch of people in chat. I said hello to so many people in chat. I poured my first drink. It's a 1958 Crown Royal. I started telling you about my day. Carissa came in with the fam. The whole fam is here. Her family and in-laws and stuff. And I thought I was... I hit go live. And then I played the friggin' intro. I played the intro. I played the intro. That one. I played that intro. I don't know.
Where would they be? Because all the kids...
I've been talking to the camera for 14 minutes, and I was not live. For 14 minutes, been talking to nobody. You know, when you were just in here making all the noise, nobody was there.
Now you're making noise?
Now I'm live. I checked my phone, and I was like, why is it not?
What the heck?
I have no idea what my problem is. Anyway, I pressed to go live, and then it says, then apparently there's another window that says, do you want to go live? Like, it's my first freaking time ever doing this.
Right, we're going to have the other kids share orange soda. You want the orange soda? Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and repeat myself. I already told you this, but I guess we're just going to have to, I'm just going to have to repeat myself. The in-laws are here. Just kidding, but seriously, I love them. So my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and their youngest daughter, who is my wife's youngest sister, they came from Michigan. They're here. So then my other brother-in-law and his wife, and then my other sister-in-law and her husband, they're here with their kids. We got a whole house full. So there's going to be some noise. There's going to be some racket. If we ever start to go live, there's going to be a bunch of people here. Maybe they'll pop in. I already said this all. This is really terrible because I said it, so it sounds weird, but you didn't hear it yet. But I did say it. This is the worst. Man, oh man. Did Matt Madness end? No, we already talked about that. We already discussed it when nobody was here. When everybody was here, but I wasn't live. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry for making you wait. Jeez Louise. Everybody, thank you. I was saying hello to everybody in chat. Ernest, Steven, Grisfu, Bob Belkovac, WJK, if you're still here. I told you this earlier, but apparently you didn't hear it because I wasn't live. I'm doing your bourbon skirmish here in a minute. But I poured this first. It's a 1958 Crown Royal from Jim Mazzelli. Jim Mazzelli, thank you so much. This was in the 1 ounce Wednesday box, but guess what? I couldn't wait any longer. I got to try it. It's 1958 Crown Royal. I am so stupid. Imagine all the things I said in 14 minutes. Even at the rate of which I speak, which is very slow. Very slow. Some of the slowest. I still said a lot. Man, oh man, did I say. Now I feel like I'm not going to say what I said before because I already said it, and then I'll think I already said it, so I won't say it. I don't know. We got a whole... I didn't eat all day. That's another thing. I haven't eaten shit. I ate 2 protein bars and a beef jerky, I think, since I woke up at 4:30 this morning. Now we're here. We have a ton of alcohol. So where's this going to go? We'll find out. That smells delicious. Roman Carter, say it one more time. One more time. Boom, nailed it. The Brewbaker Maker, Ernie's in the house. What's going on? Sorry I'm late. What'd I miss? Oh, Ernie. This 1958 Crown Royal has a dusty note to it. Go figure. It smells kind of like a dusty bourbon. little bit lighter, a little bit sweeter. I mean, the color of it is extra light. It's ultra light, super light. But like a cherry syrup, like a light cherry syrup. Ooh, cherry 7-Up. A cherry 7-Up is what this smells like. Oh, my nose is going to be on point tonight. Cherry 7-Up for a tasting note right away. Hell yeah. 186 in chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient. Let's put this 1958 Crown Royal down the hatch. Ooh. Hello. That tastes, it ain't bad, that's for sure. I mean, it has that circus peanut, the orange circus peanut, dusty note. It's like a banana-y, dusty circus peanut note. Not peanut like a nut, but circus peanut like the candy. Definitely a lot of that there. The cherry 7-Up is like, it's totally flat, of course. It's totally flat and mixed with alcohol. But wow, 1958 Crown Royal. I should do a little more research before because I'm going to put this back in the 1 ounce Wednesday box, but I'm going to do a little bit more research for the other ounce to find out. I think it was made by Seagram's. I could definitely be wrong about that. Actually, after I said it, it sounded wrong, but it might be right. I want to find out who made it and the history behind it, because there's got to be some history. It's 58 Crown Royal, right? Izzo's place. Oh man, I've been drinking already. What are we doing tonight? We're doing a blind bourbon skirmish, 1-on-1, head-to-head from WJK for Iggy and Bill. I got a Found North batch 4 here. I want to taste. Got some samples that I should be tasting. And we have a flight. A flight from my flight today. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But, man. Yeah, I do think if I pick this out of the 1 ounce Wednesday box, my fingerprints are all over that glass. That is terrible. Look at that. That is unacceptable. Jeez. I am like a police investigator's perfect suspect. Just fingerprinting everything. Yeah, if I picked that out of a 1 ounce, if that was blind, if I didn't know what that was, I would say it's a dusty bourbon. It's 80 proof and it tastes low proof, but there is a bit of some of the dusty characteristics, some of that old, weird bourbon like ish flavor, some of that old whiskey flavor adds a bit of a spark to it. It's not like a spice and it's not like a proofy ethanol bite, but there's like a bit of a spark. Like, that's the best I can explain it. So it kind of tastes above 80 proof, but just because of the spark. The finish is 80 proof finish. The mouthfeel is 80 proof mouthfeel. But there's something on the tongue that kind of just flares up for a second in an old whiskey type of way. And if that doesn't make sense, that totally makes sense, because that was basically nonsense. And how would you ever understand what I'm talking about? Why do you watch this? Good question. But please continue to do so. Wandering Mangoes here. Joey B, does anyone know if Crown Royal or Sazerac uses steam heating in the winter to age their spirits? It seems like it would make a big difference if they don't. Steam heating. I've never heard of such a thing. I've never heard. Steam heat. Their rick houses, I don't believe, are temperature controlled. I know that like a lot of Brown Forman stuff is like regular temperatures are regulated, but I don't think that they use steam. They might use steam. Maybe they're a locomotive. Maybe they're a little loco and they use steam. Possibly. 1958 is produced by Joseph E. Seagram. Corrects it. Maybe I should go with my gut more often. Boom. Seagram's it was. Huckleberry's here. Kathy Law, Party at Porter's. It is definitely that. Definitely that. Craig Butler is up in the house. I saw my mom earlier. Mom, hello. I said hello to you earlier like 3 times, and I love you. We have Josh Bourbon Bodybuilding and Barbecue. Dude, we should be friends. We should be friends. Is it a good thing to watch while doing cardio? Absolutely. I watch all sorts of stuff while doing cardio. And there's no limit to what I will watch while doing cardio. No limit. At all. Big Vic is here. Friggin' Cheech is here. Nick the Greek. DC, my friggin' favorite. I got to show you guys this. This is something that DC is working on, and it's not done yet, but I don't give a crap. We're still going to show it off because it's so cool. No, I don't want to. I want to download the picture, not the. Why is it nothing ever go right? Ever. It's all right. That's definitely. I want to save the picture. Just save the picture. Save to photos? No, it's. I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to. Why is it downloading as a link? Third time in a row. Oh, I guess. Well, no. Let's see. Can I open it from StreamYard? I'm sorry, this is not going. It's going. It's going as normal. This is normal. This is a normal live stream for me. You just got to live with it. Is everything prepared like it should be? Absolutely not. No way. But that's just me. And I have to get used to it. At some point, it is what it is. Downloads, it's not there because it's not a picture. It's a freaking Google link. Why do you do this to me? Open. Save to photos. I don't want to save the Google photo. I just want to save it to my desktop. That's all I want to do. Save it to my desktop. Just save it there. I'm going to download it again. And by the time this works out, okay, now I'm going to save image as. There we go. Wow, that took a while. That took a bit. So I have a Woodenville single barrel. I have two single barrels that are picked and in the process of being prepared for, distribution. One of them is a Woodenville. If I can find it. They were nice enough to send me a full bottle sample of it. And it is 114.8 proof. I can't remember what the age they said on it was. I think it's roughly 6 years old. It is their straight bourbon. It is fantastic. I love it a lot. But DC has been making me a sticker. I gave him an idea. I gave DC an idea, and he knocked it out of the park because that's just what he does. Can't find it. How can I not find it now? I saved it to desktop. I named it Woody, and it is not there. How is that possible? Desktop. What's a WebP file? I don't want it to be a WebP file. It's a picture. Save the picture. Oh, you know what? I'll just share my screen. How about that? How about I just share my friggin' screen? Was there 35 people that said that already just to share my screen? Probably. Here it is. Share screen. Is this it? That's it. There it is. Boom. That is Woodyville. It is. Oh my gosh. I am falling apart. It is Woody with me, and he's got the Nelly Band-Aid is Woodyville. That's going to be the sticker, the Woodyville sticker. All that to show you that because I love it so much, and DC is a genius. DC is so good at what he does. Stop screen. I'm having so many issues here, which is to be expected because I've had a weird day. We'll get to that in a second. I'm just trying to figure out how to make everything right again. Because I just shared that and then it made my whole screen shrink. I am falling apart at the seams. It seems. Or so it seems. Whatever. We're totally good. We're fine. Everything's going to be okay. Matt, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. We got a couple super chats. Thank you so much. Tony Bag of Donuts. Hey, Portskis. I'm going to be in the Big Apple next Friday at a wedding. So if you could postpone the finals, I'd sure appreciate it. Any New York whiskey recommendations? No. The only New York whiskey, well, no. I know a couple. There's a small distillery up there. And then there's what? The Widow Jane is up there, but I don't think that they make their own stuff. They're just blending, apparently, with, New York water. There is another small distillery up there that I've had some stuff before from that's really good. But no, the finals are next week, Tony. So sorry. You're going to have to postpone the wedding. Or you'll just have to watch it later. But the finals for Matt Madness are next Friday. Thank you for mentioning that so that I know what the hell's going on too. And so I can tell you. Wanted to talk about that. Now we did. So that's good. Next week, the 9th, Matt Madness finals, 9 p.m. Dan Shook versus Jason from the Mash and Drum. It's going to be a battle. Craig Butler finally figured out how to donate to the channel. Thank you, Craig. 22 Canadian, eh? Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hell with prepared. Sorry. Yeah, I can't be. Yeah, that sticker is amazing, isn't it? I freaking love that sticker so much. Pick sounds delish. Hells yeah. DC, I have your stuff boxed up. Jonathan Cook, I have your stuff boxed up. I have boxes here. This week went nowhere near as I planned. And this morning, while I pour this bourbon skirmish, I'll tell you about this morning. This morning, I woke up at like 4:30 and drove the rental car that we have rented for the last 2 weeks to like the Vail Airport. The Eagle Airport in Colorado. And I returned it. I don't have a pen. Are you shitting me, Matt? You gotta be shitting me. This is not okay. Nothing about what I'm doing here tonight is okay. Aged in ore glass marker will work tonight. This will be A and B. Anyway, so dropped off the rental car and then got on a very expensive flight to fly from Eagle, Colorado to Denver. It was like a 34-minute flight. And yeah, not cheap. But the reason was my wife's car was finished. Her windshield got replaced from the turkey smash that we talked about a couple weeks ago. So the windshield got fixed. So I had to fly to Denver and then Uber from the airport to the glass shop and pick up the car. And then I drove the car from Denver 4 hours back home. But I did make some stops along the way because I figured if I'm doing this, I'm making a whiskey hunting video. Will the video ever see the light of day? Hopefully, so I can expense the trip. But yeah, so I ended up getting store picks along the way. I got 5 store picks, 2 Old Forester barrel proofs, a 1792 full proof, an Elijah Craig private barrel 10-year, and a Russell's single barrel. And that's what's happening after this bourbon skirmish. We're doing a friggin' single barrel flight on an empty stomach of the whiskeys I picked up along the way. So that's going to be fun. But first we have to do this bourbon skirmish sent from WJK himself. It's blind. He wants to know which one's better. Which one is better, A or B? Then we'll find out what they are after I make my decision. After a stop has been called to the bourbon skirmish, we'll find out what they are. Finger Lakes, that's the one. Thank you, Cheech. Is Kings County up in New York also, Tyler? I did not know that. Or maybe I did. I don't remember. So anyway, it's been a long day. I got home a couple hours ago, and then we had company come immediately, and just been trying to get stuff ready for them to stay here and stuff. So it's been a day. I didn't think I was going to live stream tonight, but you know what? I did it for you. Did it for the people. And by the people, I mean me. I needed this. Oh, I needed it hard. What's going on? Barry Texan's in the house. Louis IV is here. Keith Link. I want to go find an Old Forester barrel proof. I found 2 of them today. 2 of them. So we'll see. If remember, I always said, don't buy Old Forester barrel proof single barrels without trying them. And I broke my rule and spent a lot of money doing it. Rage quit so hard. Average drinker, I'm mad that I didn't see you while you were in town. Dara, I should have called and had you bring me from the airport to the Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace, because that Uber bill was expensive. But I've already worn out all my favors from Dara and Bill this year. Maybe next year when we have another turkey. But I planned on spending more time in the Denver area bourbon hunting, but flight was delayed leaving, and after we landed in Denver, we had to sit on the friggin' tarmac forever because a stupid plane was in our spot. Was in our, what do you call it, where the thing comes out and attaches to the plane and you walk in it? The terminal. There's another plane hooked up to our terminal. We had to wait for their asses to leave. It took so long. Then 45-minute drive from the airport to the Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace. So I didn't get out of town until way later than I thought. So, all right. Glass A for Bill. Coffee. Chocolate-covered raisins and chocolate-covered coffee beans. Oh, hell yeah. That smells good. That smells really good. It's literally chocolate-covered fruit. That smells like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, when you spent all the time covering all your favorite fruits in chocolate just to impress your lover, and then you end up eating them yourself because lover was not impressed because he bought them from the store and they were still frozen. Yeah, definite dark fruit covered in chocolate. A little bit, ooh, it's weird. It's trail mix. It's trail mix, but with a lot of chocolate in it. Glass A smells very nice. Do I have a distillery guess? No, I do not. Yet. Sample B. Sample B is a very familiar biatch because it smells a lot like sample A. Wow. After I said, my fingerprints are just terrible. After I said trail mix and smelled B, when I went back to A, I got like sunflower seeds. Wow. My nose is working so good. Sample, is this the same thing, Bill? Bill, did you send me the same thing? Are you trying to trick me? Because those smell very similar, if not identical. Okay. Let me play a trick on myself. I think if they are different, that A might be a little bit darker and a little bit more bold, but that just might be in my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to confuse myself and then see if I can pick out A based off the nose blind. Okay. I don't know which one is which. if I had to guess, I'd say this one is A. Okay, I'm right. So maybe there is a difference on the nose, although they're very similar. This B just smells like a bit of a tamed down version of A. But I'm not convinced that they're not the same thing based off the nose. Let's go for a taste. That should clear things up. Glass A. Oh, wow. Why is that so familiar yet not? But I wasn't expecting, that's like root beer. That is a root beer bomb. That's like a root beer float if it were sunk inside of a bunch of whiskey. That is really good. Glass A is really good. Chrissy Newberry's here. What's up, Chrissy? You going to be at Pours in the Park or what, huh? Everyone going to be at Pours in the Park? Yeah, Joey B, I thought that Glass A looked a little bit darker as well. I'd never pull a Portsky trick like that. Crying, laughing face. All Eagle Rare. B gets around. Oh my goodness. Gate. I said that 3 times because I was trying to figure out what Johnny Dram said. Gate. Couldn't get your Barrel King pick, so drinking the original Knighted release instead. Their Knighted stuff is so good. The second one we're working on hopefully is going to be just as good as Barrel King or Whiskey King. Hopefully, well, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a much bigger batch this time, so a lot more of you will have the opportunity to get your hands on one. B. As Julielle would say, it's a bit effervescent. Both of them are. A bit sparkly. It's like a sparkling whiskey. Glass, man. These are two sides of the same foot. They're two shades of the same shit. They're two. There's a saying. It's two something of the same something. It's two. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that these are something that they're very related somehow. They have to be. Same distillery, probably. Okay, Glass A. More toffee on Glass A. I think Glass A might be higher proof. It is a bit more perked up. It has a bit more influence over what's happening in my mouth than Glass B, I believe. Unless, of course, it's the same thing, in which case, don't you do that to me, Bill. Oh. Huh. These are strange. Like, I honestly don't know what these are or have any idea. They're not ringing the familiarity bell, as Josh would say from Stuff and Whiskey. Familiarity. He says it so well every time he tries, but I can't say the word. But they must be some sort of, I don't know, crafty. No, I don't think that they're from a huge distillery. Unless it's something I haven't had before. This is difficult. I don't know which one. I know I like A more. I think I like A more. But I can't quite put my finger on anything else. They're in the higher proofs, 118 proof for Glass A. Glass B maybe a little lower. But then again, my proofs have been off lately. Found that out the other day. I'll shut up and just say that in this bourbon skirmish, I'm calling a stop to it at 17 minutes of round number 1. It was a long round, but that's what we did anyway. We did round 1 as 17 minutes in. Glass A wins this bourbon skirmish by Flying anaconda choke. Is that even a move? Probably never been pulled off before, but it just happened tonight. Class A. I don't even know if it's a bourbon or a rye or a different type of whiskey. It has floral notes and strange tingly. It almost makes me think it's a rye. It could be a rye. I don't know. It's different. They're very unique. So let's find out what in the heck they are. We have people. My ADD gets triggered constantly. It's a problem. It's a real problem. But thank you for hanging in there with me. Let's find out what are in these glasses. Glass A is a winner. Glass A is a winner. WJK, crying laughing face again. Stop crying laughing facing me. 2 apples from the same tree. 2 legit to quit. That's not it. 2 shits from the same butt. Almost. 2 sides of the same coin. Is that it? That might be it. That might be it. 2 sides of the same coin. Mojo 88, second son of a Bev Porter. What in the hell are you talking about, Mom? I don't know. Do I need to join Patreon to get some picks? Love everything put out. Thank you. Yeah, so they're released on Patreon first. They go through the tiers, highest tier down to the lowest tier. And then typically it's 1 per. And then if there are extras, then everyone gets a second shot at them. If there are still some left after Patreon gets their shot at them, then I'll release them publicly. It's happened quite often, but not recently. The most recent picks were sold out in Patreon relatively quick, but they were more sought after bottles, I think. So I don't know. The Woodenville pick is going to be a nice little, I don't know, like a check to see. I'll be surprised if the Woodenville sells out in Patreon. Just because it's, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It's really good. It's different than anything I've ever picked before. We'll see, though, if there's a lot of demand for it in Patreon or not. There's also a... Get out of there! Boulder. We have a Boulder cask strength coming. One of the few that are in the country this year. Myself and Ryan Elvis from Justin's House of Bourbon picked one, and it's like 139 proof, 5-year-old, friggin' delicious high malt bourbon. It's so good. You guys are gonna love it. Trust me. You just have to trust me on that one. Believe me. Believe in your man. Wow. Believe in your man. Believe in your man. We have a Boulder Craft Spirits cask strength coming out, and then the second Barrel King. There's what else is happening? There's so much crap happening. So much. My brain is fried. I'm super exhausted. Please forgive me. Oh, I got cool news too. We'll get to the cool news in a second. I promise. Cool news, but I want to do this reveal first, and then cool news. And while I pour these single barrels, we'll do the cool news then. All right. Wow. Really? Really? Okay. Well, remember what I said about my nose and palate? I'm an idiot. Those aren't from major distilleries. No, they're not. Glass A was Knob Creek 12 year, and Glass B was Lucky 7 12 year, the holdup. So they're both 100 proof, both 12 years old, one from Barton, one from Knob Creek. And I liked the Knob Creek 12 over the Barton sourced Lucky 7 12 year holdup. That is extra interesting because Of course, now that I go back to it, I can pick up on the Jim Beam note, but that's cool. That's cool, Matt. Everything always tastes like you would expect after you know what it is, you know? Wow. Great job, me. The other night when I was on Hello Again Whiskey Friends, we did Matt Madness style tasting. I lost. But what I said was, if I do a tasting like that, I consider it a win if I picked up on the things I should have picked up on and I knew the things I should have known about the pours that were in front of me. If it's something I'm unfamiliar with or something that I've never tasted before, like rice whiskey, I'm not super familiar with American single malts when there's one of those in the flight. But if I get the stuff right that I know I should get right based off of what I've tasted in my memories, then I feel like that's a win. So even though I lost that blind flight competition to Jeffrey Wack and Darrell, lost to both of them, I still felt like it was a win for me because the things I knew I should have known, I got correct or very close. This bourbon skirmish I just did was what I would consider to be an epic fail. Not good, because I should have known those are directly up my alley. And if you know anything about my alley, it's straight up my ass. And those were right up there with some of the stuff I should know basically automatically. The proof meter was even way off. Good grief, Matt. Super sorry to myself. Son of a bitch. Oh, it's okay. We'll get over it. We'll get over it slowly. Jeff is here. Joey B. Some drink, but Glass A is a single barrel? Same drink? Oh, no, it wasn't. That wasn't the case, actually. It was not the case. Ernest Stevenson's up in the hizzy. Saucy Shane laughing. Sam's Whiskey Bar crying laughing. Ophidian. Arg just got home from work. Arg. 2 shades darker if it's the same cloth. That's not it. I like 2 shades of the same shit way better. Yeah. 2 shades of the same shit. You ever get those? I have. Never mind. We won't go there. We won't go there. That's a bit too far. Nicholas Smith. Hello from Montana. What's up, friggin' Nick? Hopefully you are watching from your gigantic home on 1,000 acres. That's what I like to hear about Montana people. We have a big house overlooking mountains with 1,000 acres. Chris Bowie. Matt, this year I vow to buy less bottles from my local area and more of your barrel picks. I'll get the Woodenville. I've toured it before. Oh, thank you, Chris. But yeah, I mean, support local too. But sure, shit, that's awesome. If you support me, that's amazing. Dara says free. Is that like how Count? What's his name? Count. The Count counts. A 1, a 2, a 3. By the way, Dara, we're gonna collaborate on a barrel pick. We're doing it, damn it. Where it's gonna be the average, the ADHD drinker, or the average the average disorder. No, we'll figure it out. But we're gonna collab on something soon. I just have to find the right thing for show. You're my man. Don't tell wife. You're my man. Don't tell wife. I love the structure of that sentence, Louis. That makes me very happy. Freaking Fried Friday. Speaking of Friday, if you missed the very beginning of this stream, I talked to the camera for 14 minutes without being live. That actually happened. Oh, don't forget to share the cool news. Okay, I won't. I'm going to pour these brand new samples. Fire. The ADHD average, world's top average drinker. I like that. The world's most average drinker. Keith Link, is it safe to be doing an oil change while watching a bourbon skirmish and trying to kill a bottle? Yeah, for sure. As long as you're using jack stands. Make sure you're using jack stands and don't forget to put the drain plug back in. don't forget to put the oil in either. Drain plug more important though. Well, not unless you don't put oil in it. Just make sure you follow all the steps with jack stands. Oh, I got a buzz on my phone. These apps are slated for deep sleep. I don't care. I'm in the middle of something. Smartphone my ass. Interrupt me. Sam's Whiskey Bar. Just drove home from Colorado today. I always find nice pours in the springs. Yeah, I didn't go to the springs, but I did go. Oh, shoot, there's a fountain. I got to do this too, huh? Fuck it. Let's do it. America. This is from WJK as well. This is Found North Batch friggin' 004. Batch 004, Origin Canada. Batch 004. And then I'll pour the blind flight, I promise. How late are we? Over an hour deep? That's not bad. Cask strength whiskey without any, aged 18 years, Found North. A lot of people talking about Found North lately. There's a glare so bad from that ring light that's driving me nuts. 80% corn, 19% rye, 1% barley, maturation, Hungarian oak. Oh. Additives, none. And 62.4% ABV. That is a high proof point. Every release of Found North is a distinct batch of Canadian whiskey. Smells on the nose kind of like a light whiskey, like Obtanium light whiskey or any light whiskey, actually. Yeah. It gives me light whiskey vibes. We blended this whiskey, without an E, to create big, complex flavors and bottled it at strength to preserve those flavors. And wait a second. Try this again. We blended this whiskey without an E to create big, complex flavors and bottled it at strength to preserve those flavors. Oh, bottled it at strength. That means barrel proof, I'm guessing. All Found North whiskeys, WHISKIES. I would have thought it would have been YS, but no. They went with the plural of the E version. Are natural color, non-chill filtered. For full details of this release, visit foundnorthwhiskeywithoutane.com/batch004. Please drink responsibly. Foundnorthwhiskeywithoutane.com. Bottle, super cool. I like it. Nice little wax. An 18-year Canadian whiskey. Thank you, Bill, for this, by the way. My first Found North bottle ever. Reminds me of a candy bar. Reminds me a little bit of a Three Musketeers. If you were eating that while drinking light whiskey. Very sweet. Very. I think Cameron says cloyingly sweet. Cloyingly. Doesn't sound right when I say it though. Yeah. Sweet. Nougat. Sweet nougat. You can tell that there's an alcohol punch on here for sure, based off the nose. It's nice to smell. I do like nosing light whiskeys just because of the sweetness. And then occasionally you get like a different note out of them. Sometimes you get like a little bit of savoriness out of it or like weird grapey notes, stuff like that. So I do really enjoy the nose on this. Let's go for a taste. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Paint me purple and call me a platypus. That is way different than I thought it was going to be. What on earth? Okay. That hit me like a tote of bricks or whatever the saying is. Wow. That is wild. It that's a real reaction because how do I even describe it? Like normally when you take a sip of something, it like envelops the palate either slowly or kind of takes over like all at once. Like immediately when you taste it, you kind of like know what's about to happen. This went from like if this were a graph you're looking at, and like normally it's like or like like the line goes up slowly or whatever. This was like it's like somebody had a volume knob and I tasted it and it started at volume 4 and then they spun it as fast as they could. They spun it like my children spin a roll of toilet paper after they're done taking a shit. Just all the way to the top. Just as loud as it would get. That went crazy hard. Wow, that is different. The thing is, that blast of flavor that I got, not even sure if I like it. But it is, okay, that is unique and super cool. The second sip didn't disappoint either. Didn't want to like get caught up on the first sip. That's why I took the second sip so quickly. And guess what? Damn. Found North Batch 004. I'm going to do a full-length review on this whiskey without knee and really dive into that because that is super interesting and super good, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's pretty good. What if it's Hungarian oak bite that hit me that hard? I don't know. That is unique. That is unique New York. Unique New York. I got all sorts of table space now. It's the best. This one goes to 11. Platypus is venomous. It makes sense because me and my friends saw a platypus. Platypus was my favorite stripper's name before she was lost to the sea. Matt, you mentioned you were from Connecticut the other day. What town? Oh, no, I'm not from Connecticut. God, no. Sorry. But seriously, no. We lived in Connecticut for the better part of a year. We lived in Hartford. Well, my wife was travel nursing there. So she travel nursed at John Dempsey or whatever that huge hospital is, the UConn campus, that gigantic hospital. She was in the OR there for the better part of a year, and we lived in Hartford. On the cross streets were danger and crime, right on that intersection. And yeah, that's where we lived. Third story, which kind of got us away from the street level crime, which was nice. Cloyingly? Is that right? Is it really cloy? What does that even mean? I don't even know why. What does cloyingly mean? Cloyingly. Cloyingly adverb. Too sweet. Oh, it says too sweet. In a way that is too sweet and therefore unpleasant. Well, then I am cloyingly sweet because can't get enough of me. So sweet. Boom. The sweetest. Some would say the sweetest. I almost did my Donald Trump, but I stopped. I stopped the TRUMP impersonation midway. Found North is New Hampshire. Live free or die, dude. Hells yeah. Okay. Live streams and neighbor fights. There was a drive-by shooting outside the house. And yeah, neighbors fighting. It was insane. First stripper I ever met, her name was Chocolate. Huh. I did travel the USA for a bit. I did. The cool news. Oh yeah, it's not even that cool. It's actually really cool. But I'll do that. I'll tell you that while I pour these. I first must find a pen because I want to label these correctly. There has to be a pen around here. Gosh dang it. I think the last time I had a pen, I threw it. That was probably the issue. was the throwing of the pen. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta find a pen. I promise I'll be back. If I don't come back, then gosh, that'll be strange. But I should be back. If all goes well, I'll be back. Stay there. Gotta find a pen. I'm back. I did not find a pen, but I found a Sharpie. Sharpie will work. Sharpie will work. Put the microphone under my shirt like a real hooker. An undercover hooker. That's where she'd put. That's where I put the mic if I were an undercover hooker. Right under the shirt, right around the tip, and attach it where nobody will ever look by my face. All right, 307 people watching an empty chair. You know what, Sean? With Sean spelled Sean, your name is an empty chair. That's spelled not even correct at all. It's either S-H-A-W-N or S-E-A-N. S-H-A-U-N? Strong. Am I right? Just kidding. But your last name is a mess too. So, my bad. Love you, Sean Space. Everybody back up. Sean needs a space. That's a good joke. Ernest Stevenson. I used to live at the cross streets of Mugging and what was it? Mugging and Drive-By. Yeah, that's a. When I lived in Chicago, I did not live in that dangerous of an environment. When I lived in Chicago, I was like in one of those neighborhoods where they were like developing to be extra unaffordable in the near future. I think that's what happened to the neighborhood as well. I'm gonna need everyone's help to remember which bottle is which. I'm gonna label these glasses A, B, C, D, and E. And then I'm gonna confuse myself and we'll go from there. I should not put silver Sharpie on a silver sticker. That would be an idiot move. A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I want to find out who had the best store pick that I picked up today. We'll go through them in a second. A. See, this is all stuff that could be done ahead of time if live streams were done the way that they should be. Preparedness is key. But no, some of us don't have the key. Some of us are just locked out. That's how I feel a lot of the time. Locked out of my own success and locked into your misery watching me write letters on stickers and sticker glasses. In glass A, we will have Elijah Craig, which isn't even Elijah Craig, by the way, single barrel, private barrel, Mile High Wine and Spirits. Mile High Wine and Spirits. They're in Lakeview, Colorado. Basically Denver. 125 and a half proof, 10-year-old Elijah Craig. It's not Elijah Craig though, because I'm going to make a video about this. I just haven't done it yet. Elijah Craig, by definition, is 12-year-old, uncut, Heaven Hill bourbon whiskey. And now that they've officially removed the 12-year age statement, there's officially no more Elijah Craig ever. It's not even Elijah Craig anymore. They've ruined it. They just kept its name on a product that's not even what it is, what it should be. America. This, what used to be Elijah Craig before they changed it to not Elijah Craig, will go in glass A. Remember that. Elijah Craig in glass A. That should be plenty. Actually, I'll keep them in order. That way I'll know which one is which. Super smart move by the Matster. In glass B will be another new glass here. Get off of there. America. This is glass B, an Old Forester single barrel strength from Base Camp's Wine and Liquor. I'm sorry, Base Camp's Wine and Spirits. That's in Frisco, Colorado, which is basically Breckenridge. Same fill level. Am I happy with the fill level? Oh yeah, perfect. Friggin' nailed it. This one is 128.9 proof. The sticker says, the cornerstone of every good breakfast. Is that like a, that's got to be like a movie or something? It's got like banana guns? I don't know. I'm not hip to the movie. Sample C from the same store, Base Camp Wine and Spirits, 1792 full proof. They didn't fool around with a funny sticker on this one though. 1792 full proof, Base Camp Wine and Liquor. We'll go in sample glass C. America. Oh yeah, nailed it. In glass D, another Old Forester. Who has the best Old Forester of the bunch? That'll be a secondary competition. This one from Dillon Ridge Liquors. Dillon Ridge is in Dillon, Colorado, which is basically right before Frisco, off I-70. Dillon Ridge Liquors, great store. The Dillon Ridge Old Forester coming in at 129.6 proof. 129.6. We'll go in sample glass D. America. The Dillon Ridge was $89. $89. The Base Camp Wine and Spirits Old Forester was $109, which I did not know until I paid for it. And I was like, why is my total so much? Then I looked at the receipt, and the receipt said $109.99 plus tax. And I was like, wow, that's $20 more than down the street. Hopefully their single barrel has Dillon Ridge beat, but we'll find that out in a moment, won't we? Won't we? In sample E, glass E, a Russell's Reserve. This one also from Mile High Wine and Spirits, an 8-year-old Warehouse M Floor 4. 8-year, 110 proof Russell's. America is going in E for Eddie or eager or elaborate or ecstasy or orgasm. Because I'm about to herve one. Just kidding. All right. Julie like wheel of confusion is across the room, but luckily I don't even know which order these are in right now. On the head, on the table. Okay. I have no idea which one is which. If you don't believe me, that's on you, because I have no reason to want one of them to win. I don't care. I paid full price at every store, and only one of the stores was even particularly nice to me. Will I let that store? There's two of their picks in the Mile High. They were the nicest people. Other stores, not very nice. Not very nice to me. So I don't care which one wins, but I just want to see which single barrel from Denver to Glenwood Springs in Colorado is the best one. The best one. Let's find out. Glass number 1 on the nose. Oh, I gotta tell you my cool news too. Forgot about that. He just wants to flex the 6-pack. I wish. There's literally a 0% chance of any pack happening unless I got all the skin removal surgery available. Oh, I'm way behind. Sample A, or glass 1, I should say. Glass 1 is pretty dark. It is very, it's borderline nutty. It's like a peppered nut. A peppered nut. This could be an Old Forester pick. Actually, you know what? It could be literally, this could be any of them, except I don't believe it would be the 1792. It's just, I don't get that typical nutty aroma on the Barton, but you never know. I've smelled weirder. Ooh. I like that. Well, it is a bit nutty and a bit charry.
Are you actually streaming now?
I'm actually streaming now, babe. I've been streaming for a while now. Say hi to everybody.
I gotta find a mom water for Trina.
We gonna do it later?
That is live. I don't do that stuff. What, a Sandy or a Linda?
There's a Brenda in there, I think.
Where?
I'm pretty sure there's a Brenda. Keep looking.
I think I drank it.
You drank the Brenda?
I don't. Oh, what's this? A Julie.
Anyway,
Let's go. These flavors.
a little bit of dry nuttiness.
I got spit up all over me.
You have spit up all over you?
Yeah.
Could you get any hotter? Damn it, she's the best. Oh, the things I would do to that woman. Dry nuttiness, but sweet enough to make me enjoy it. The nuttiness isn't over nutty in a bad way. It's actually quite enjoyable. I do enjoy a bit of nuttiness if it's a nutty good. But there is a fine line between nutty good and nutty bad. I think this is bordering more on the nutty good. Actually, really enjoyed that first sip of sample 1. I'm so sorry that my chat is this messed up. Bucktown Wicker, no, it was... Oh, shit. There's kids screaming in the back, and I'm trying to think of the neighborhood. It's northwest, not Wrigleyville. Oh, shoot. I'll think of it. It wasn't Wicker Park. It wasn't Bucktown. It was shit. Keep naming them. It's been a while. Wasn't Uptown. Isn't really all of Chicago at this point? I think so too. I can drive about 30 minutes tomorrow to get a Woodford Batch Proof. Should I? I would. If I could get a Woodford Batch Proof, a new one, at retail or close to it, I would for sure. Yeah, I just moved out of Illinois. That Cook County sales tax is a real biatch. You don't want to buy anything there, especially if it's expensive. Matt, your freestyle streams are why I'm here. Bob, thank you, Bob. Listen, there's 30 kids out there screaming their heads off. My wife is out there. She's not even close to being in the mood. But I'm here with you. I'm here with you, and you're in the mood. And that's all I care about is if you're in the mood. And as long as you're in the mood for me, that's all that really matters. Until, of course, we're done, in which case it doesn't matter anymore. I need somebody else to be in the mood. You know, her. Latchkey kids rule the world. What are latchkey kids? Not Humboldt Park. Is Is it a 9-year? Oh, the 10-year Elijah Craig. A for Elijah. Got it. Perfect. Wow, I'm so far behind. This is terrible. Pulp Fiction was the Old Forester? Okay. Warehouse K is where they keep birthday bourbon. I'll have to go knock on that door. Ooh. Sample 2 threw me a bit more like astringent vibes in the nose, a bit more straw-like, a bit more, a little bit brighter, but still a bit of nuttiness.
They're hard to please. Get your ass in there.
You're all hard to please.
Get your ass in the house. Wait, are you doing a live stream?
Yeah, honey, I'm doing a live stream. That was my 7-year-old. She loves what I do for a living. It's a joke. What are you trying to get them?
Whatever they like. They don't like anything. They're difficult.
Yeah, you're the same family. That's why there's a fridge full of drinks that you won't drink and nobody else wants. Bring them Fireball. Fireball works.
Where's Fireball?
Right there.
Actually, the girl that did my eyelashes said that's what she likes.
Here. Have them try the different cinnamon whiskeys. They'll love it. Yeah, they'll love it though.
Good job.
I wouldn't worry about it. This is where we're at. This reminds me of the old streams where me and Chris used to stream together once in a while. And we lived in a small little Airbnb, and like you could hear all the kids being like, "I pooped. Come wipe my ass." And you hear the toilet flush and stuff. It's a throwback stream. It's a friggin' throwback stream. Maybe a little bit of cherry on glass 2. Ooh. Little spice, but there is the finish of it reminds me of a carbonated. The finish on that is not what I want. That's a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. And wow, did I really do a number on that one? I drank a whole bunch of it. How did I do that? Did I take 3 drinks of that? Get your shit together, Matt. Did I take my meds today? Yeah, like early. It's been a bit. You know what I mean? Meds are basically through the entire system. What am I wild about? Why am I wild? Are we gonna do it? Yeah. One can keep their fingers crossed. Yeah. Bridgeport? No. It was. I'm gonna think of the name of the little area in Chicago. It's on the tip of my damn tongue. If you were on, you know what? This is not great conversation. Avondale. AJ Hoff nailed it. It was in Avondale. Wait, no, that was one of them. So we moved. Avondale was the second place we lived. Also lived in a place before that, which was not Avondale, but just south of Avondale. Yeah. But yeah, I did live in Avondale for a while. Definitely in the mood. Oh, thank you. Rogers Park, Hyde Park. Nope. Are you doing a live stream? I am. It is so live that it's pretty crazy. Fireball for the kids. Hells yeah. Carissa doesn't do alcohol well, which sucks. There was a time and place where she did it okay once in a while. She has such a hard time. It's rough. She had like a glass of wine the other night and was throwing up. It's like alcohol. She's like allergic to it. It's weird. It's super weird. So glass 3. Glass 3 is more like stewed fruits. Like if you threw a bunch of fruit inside of a cast iron skillet and just melted them down and like just turned it into burnt friggin' fruit concentrate. That's what this is. Is there a bit of banana on there? Yes. Would that be an Old Forester banana or a Barton banana? I do not know. But it's actually not quite sweet like a banana. It almost reminds me more of a plantain. There is this really delicious place to eat. And I don't even know if it's still open or not, or if their food is still good. But years ago, I went to a place in Chicago called Carnival. And Carnival had these delicious fried plantains. And that's what this reminds me of. I'm not sure if it was Chicago talk or not, but this reminds me of the fried plantains from Carnival. It was like some sort of like a Brazilian fusion place, I think. Ooh, okay. Glass 3 is, although it's not complex, it's sweet, bright where it needs to be, dark where it needs to be. It finishes really well. The overall drinking experience is what, when I pick a single barrel, I'm always looking for the experience. I want the experience to be pleasant, if not fantastic. You know what I mean? So like Glass 2 had that finish on there that was just kind of bitter and not great. That drinking experience isn't phenomenal. I don't look for flavors, I look for experience. After I find the one with the best experience, then I'll start to dig into flavors a little bit. But sample 3 had a very good drinking experience. Did the finish last as long as I would like? No. But of course, then again, does anything ever last as long as you would like? No. Unless, of course, you're using delay spray or Roman wipes. Still doesn't last as long as you want, though. But sample 3, good. Very good. Matt multitasking terribly. J-Rod, friggin' J-Rod. Rhymes with A-Rod, but he doesn't use steroids unless, of course, he does 25 times the steroids as A-Rod, which is why he got his name, J-Rod 25X. This is the best live stream of all time. Cheers. How is it the best? This is basically the worst thing that I could ever do. Oh my gosh, ADHD live stream. I'm so far behind that I don't even know what anyone's talking about anymore. Not Albany Park. Break out the wax and get your legs ready if you want to really go. Should we do that again? Should I have Krissa wax my legs again? She was saying how bad it hurt, and I just let her rip hair off of my body. I give all the credit to my pain tolerance to my big brother. My brother used to pin me up against the wall, giving me titty twisters until I would just, pass out in pain, which is a total lie that never happened. But I feel like he really lubed me up for pain in the future. Thank you, David. I love you so much. That's little brother loving older brother for the torture he put me through as a youngster. You can't hurt me by a little bit of wax. Are you kidding me? Pfft. Probably the sulfites make her sick. It's not just wine, though. It's anything. It's really weird. It's literally anything. Dara's still here. I freaking love it. Chrissy Newberry says that has to be OnlyFans. Should I start? You know what? Fuck it. I'm starting an OnlyFans. Pardon my language, Mom, and don't look up OnlyFans. Cicero is down that way too. Well, there's Cicero Street Avenue, but okay. Look up this intersection. Fullerton and Albany. Fullerton and Albany in Chicago, that is right around where I used to live, in that area. Fullerton and Albany. That is the neighborhood. AT40 is late, but he's here. Freaking hells yeah. AT40, high five. I was in your neck of the woods earlier today. Now I'm home. The live stream is a basic definition of ADHD. You freaking nailed it. It is terribly. There's so much noise. My children they're going to get hurt. It's one of those nights where you're like, oh God, they're going to injure themselves. but you just have to let it happen because I'm not watching them. If they get hurt, it's their mom's fault. Glass 4 is pecan pie. And if DC is still here, he would understand that if you don't get pecan pie, then what is it? Pecant pie. Boom. Purple nurples, Keith. Not where I come from. Where I come from, they're titty friggin' twisters. There's no sugarcoating. Purple nurple sounds sweet and cute. No, they were literally like broken titties. Damaged dorsal fats. Glass 4 is the darkest of the bunch so far. Blackberry, brown sugar, Boston baked bean. There are the raspberries that are made by the company that makes all the best candy in the bag. They have the red and black berries that taste kind of like red and blackberries, but they're Haribo, the raspberry blackberry ones, smells like those. Oh yeah, I do like the nose. Let's go for a taste. That is interesting. That has a weird raisin-like shit finish. Like if you had a shitty raisin. The finish is good, but also like you wish it were better. Like it tastes like the finish is long lasting and like, ooh, but like there is like a twinge of not great in the finish, which sucks. But it's still pretty good. I'm going to number these because I'm going to start putting them in order, but I want to keep track of which one is which. So I'm glass markering the glasses asses, checking the obvious text from my wife that says, not even from my wife. What is it? Logan Square. That is it. Thank you, Bill Kavanaugh. Jeez Louise. I probably was going to get there eventually. Logan Square. Yeah, it was Logan Square. Favorite Chicago bar? I'll tell you, which is actually really funny. Oh boy. I don't know if I can tell you because I'd have to remember my old address. I'll tell you. And you would never ever go there if you were into like I'm into whiskey now. I would never actually, you know what? I don't even know because I wasn't there when I was into whiskey. So they may have had a good whiskey selection. I have no idea. So there's Logan Square. There's Avondale. Let me see. Where is the street? Was Belmont? Was it Belmont? Does Belmont go to Wrigley Field? If you go all the way down Belmont, does it go to Wrigley? Goes through Lakeview East. Oh no, Addison goes to no shit. Was it Addison that goes to Wrigley? It's been so many years. It's so hard to say. If I could remember my old address, then I could definitely tell you my favorite bar. Because it was right down the friggin' street. It wasn't all the way up to Irving Park. No, Addison was too far north. See, this is fun because nobody cares. Yeah, now I'm completely in the wrong area. Man, I wish I remembered my old address. 20. Hold on, 20. I think I remember one of them. That's not right. Anyway, it was a Polish bar right down the street from where I lived. And they had the UFC fights. And it was a terrible bar. But whenever I had friends come in from out of town, we'd go to these bars. and get shit-faced. My original favorite bar in Chicago was, don't hate on me for this, but Coyote Ugly in Chicago was the shit before it closed. And then it closed. So look up Polish bar in Avondale. Anyone Google Polish bar in Avondale, and I'll see if there is something that rings a bell. Matt's legbacks could be OnlyFans content, but you might also do the B-hole. Hey, B-hole costs a few bucks extra, okay? If we're waxing legs, the legs only go so high. Oh, said that already? Sorry, I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm way behind in chat and failing miserably here. Izzo's Place. Tom Izzo's Place. Thanks for a funny evening. I've been lurking and enjoying the content. Join the Patreon as a drinking buddy. Thank you, friggin' Tom Izzo, you son of a bee. We got a Bill Kavanaugh chat. Wrigley is on Addison and Clark. Yeah, so it was Addison then. So if we follow Addison all the way, let me think. Not towards the lake, but the other way, towards Avondale. And then it would be on Addison and, wow, it's been years. I can't even believe I'm even this deep into it. We'll get to it, though. Sample 5. Ooh, this could be the Elijah Craig. It is a brown sugar nut. It's a sweet nut. A little bit of Nutella, actually. Little Nutella, little bit of... My wife's yelling at the children now. Not really yelling, but like, hey, time to start calming down. And the kids are like... And she's like... And they're like... You know what I mean? It's a whole thing. Pecans, again. A little cinnamon roll. Ooh, a little bit of the cinnamon twist. What? Ooh. 5 is, wow. It is weird. I gotta say this. First, I paid so much money for these. Sample 5 is so flat and what's the word? Oh boy. See, I'm asking you for so much help, but I'm not keeping up with it. So it makes it impossible for me to get help from you while also keeping up with it. Kuma's Corner, that's the one. No, it's not. That's definitely not it. That's a burger place. Kuma's Corner is a burger place. And I went there and stood in line for about 10 minutes and I left. Say it again. It again. I repeat myself a bit, okay, Roman? Roman Carter. Roman Carter sounds like a guy who's jacked and tan and carries a trident. Not the House of Blues. Wrigley is on it. Oh, yeah, okay, I see this. They didn't have pierogies there. They just had Polish chicks. They were attractive. They're so attractive. They're attractive. Only drink old style back then. Listen, I drank whatever. I drank whatever the heck. I didn't have David Thomas is extremely nervous. Why? Did you get that Russell's at the Mile High in Lakewood? Yes, I did. Whoa, wait. Hi, Rob. Just wait. But listen, if you go to any of these fucking places, pardon my language, but if you go to any of these fucking places, tell them I sent you. Give me a little bit of, what's the word? A little swag going with these people. I talked to the guy at Mile High for a few minutes, and I told him my whole Elijah Craig theory, and he was totally on board. Then I kind of went off the rails and started talking about Matt. He got sick of me. But if you go to any of these places, tell them I sent you. Be like, hey, Matt from ADHD Whiskey sent me. He bought your barrel pick and he hated it. Or loved it, depending. Party's out of control. Uninspiring. That is it, Jeff. Cinnamon twist sounds way better than the nipple twist. Oh, for sure. You don't want the nipple twist. Cinnamon twist? Oh, for sure. Okay, let me try sample 1 again. Glass 1. Ooh. Glass 1 takes glass 5 by its legs and beats it into a wall. I think. Pretty sure. I'm going to try glass 5 again. This is going to end up poorly for me. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. The finish on glass 5 is not great. Oh, man. What I was going to say was like, the people picking these for the price point of what they're at, damn it. It sucks because the Elijah Craig single barrels, you want them to be great, right? Because Elijah Craig barrel proof small batch, the 12-year stuff was fantastic. They released, this is my theory, and hear me out. I'm going to catch up on chat, then I'll give you my theory. I'm going to give you the fun news. Don't let me forget about the fun news. Don't give Matt no juice. That's right, wise guy. I'm already on the juice, a bunch of it. Not a bunch of it, just, what do you call it? Replacement doses. Cut down, guy. So raspberries taste like raspberries and snozberries taste like snozberries. The greatest candy maker in the world is made by Willy Wonka. See, I was totally nailing what you were saying until you said the greatest candy maker in the world is made by Willy Wonka. I think you meant to say the greatest candy in the world is made by Willy Wonka, who is the world's greatest candy maker, if I'm following correctly. And you're in the Willy Wonka of bourbon. I'm not, to be fair. I wish I were. I am in Sam's Club's version of the Willy Wonka of bourbon. Or Base Camp Wine and Spirits version. We'll see. Oh, wife's getting more upset with the children, which is totally fine. It is past their bedtime. They are getting riled up. They've been riled up for hours. To be fair. Sorry for Matt's language, Mama Porter. Hey, Mama Porter can love you, Mom. Matt is, what's Stu saying? Stu's, I'm going to send Stu the link so I can bring him on and then shut him off. Don't give Matt no juice. Then he says, you're drinking, which ones? Dara, which ones? I want some store cred. That's right. Oh, kids are going nuts. Matt is far from. What the hell, Stu, are you saying? I'm far from what? Cameron, do you want the link? Cam, you want the link? Cam, you want the link? If I say it 10 times, do you want the link? All these pours sound amazing. Thrasher, your mother has said, what the hell's pod lacy? I don't even have a single clue what that means. But thank you, Thrasher, for giving me $5 for me to be confused. Pod lacy? Your mother has said pod lacy like times now. Am I crazy or are you guys not writing things right? Your mother has said pod lacy like times now. Stop ignoring Mother Porter. Well, you're right. I should not ignore her, but still. Stu, no. I love Matt drinking your Barrel King. Oh, dude, Stu, do you like it? Hopefully you like it. I really, really hope you enjoy it. The Russells and the ECB pick from Mile High. I think I talked to Chris from there today. Possibly. Not quite sure. Tall dude. Into bourbon, I think. I'm not saying I'm the member's mark of bourbon. I'm saying that these pours aren't the Willy Wonka. They're like, Matt said the Russell's pick was trash. Got it. I'll let him know. I didn't say that yet. We don't even know which one is which yet. Stop spitting ignorance, friggin' High Rye Rob. I want to be all your drinking buddies for a night, Tom. I want to so bad. Oh, and it's true. Pod Lacey. What are you talking about? I'm so upset with this Pod Lacey thing. Lubinin. Everyone agreed to confuse you by misspelling tonight. All right. I like the way I ask Cam if he wants a link and then he just disappears. He disappears like Cameron and Matt Madness. Don't forget your important news. Chrissy Newberry, I know that your Matthew has 1 T, but mine has 2. Okay? Please, from now on, don't get that wrong. That hurts my feelings. A Matt with 1 T is something you stand on. A Matt with 2 T's is short for Matthew, who is God's gift. Shout out to my mom who told me that before. My goodness. The Polish bar. Oh, the Polish bar? Oh, I have no idea. I'm in bed, dude. Even better. We'd all love that. No, it wasn't Pod Lacey. Pod Lacey, no. I don't think so. It could be, though. You need to do the finals of Matt Madness number 4. Finale Live is an event. I want to do that so bad next year, hopefully. All right. So 1 is better than 5. I agree to disagree with myself on that, which I agree on. 2. Let's do 2 and 5. 2. I think I like 2 better than 5 too. Yeah, for sure. 5 is in last place. 5 is a mess. 5 is a literal mess. Wow. That is a problem. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how store picks work. Like, who they get together to pick stuff. But listen, I've turned down more picks lately than I've thought I ever would, just because they just send samples of stuff. I'm not sure if they're trying to get rid of stuff or if they're I don't know, but whoever's picking some stuff shouldn't be I don't understand palates are different, but if you can enjoy a nice, I don't know, do they just pick the highest proof, or I don't understand. I'll probably regret saying this because it'll probably be a relationship fudged up before it even began. Kind of like Forrest and Jenny. You know what I mean? Forrest was all about Jenny, and then he went too hard at first, and then Jenny would run away and started doing dudes while Forrest was in the army. By the time they all came back together, it was already fudged up, and Jenny had a disease. Was it AIDS? We don't know. They never really said. But I feel like the relationship I have with whoever picked sample 5 is kind of like that. And Mama always said, if it's bad, just say it's bad. It's bad. I don't like it. 2 is better than 5. Let's do 3. To be fair, I think 2 is better than 3. 3 seems light, spritzy, a bit almost I think, did I say the 7-Up on 3? That might have been different tasting altogether. So far, we have, I'm about to pull a Cam. I'm going to pull a Cameron. 330 people in chat, and I've got to pull a Cameron. Son of a bitch. Oh my gosh.
It's so fucking hard. It's not even a big deal.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back. I will be right back. I have to use this little boy's room, just like Cameron does. I will be back. I promise. All right, I threw my mic on the floor, that's why I couldn't find it. So the Matt Madness finals are next Friday, the 9th. I want to see something and then do something. I appreciate all of you for being here so damn much. Like, honestly, I was thinking about this today while I was driving and flying and driving and flying and flying and driving. How cool my life is now because of all of you. Like, it literally, am I still muted? No, I'm not. That's good. Just the cool shit I can do, and like the fact that I can be a stay-at-home dad and do this, and then it means so much to me. It literally means the world. Thank you all so fucking much. This isn't Matt Madness. There's no reason for you to be here. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing a blind flight of bottles I picked up today on the way home from friggin' Denver. What I want to do is, normally when we do giveaways, like, I appreciate super chats more than you can imagine. That helps me. It helps the channel. It helps me. Literally, like, one great live stream of super chats a month makes the month as far as like YouTube revenue goes. So like I try to do like a giveaway a month or something like that. Not every live stream is about that. This live stream is about the 320 people who are here when it's not Mad Madness, when there's no giveaway that you knew of until now. It's just a fucking me and you guys hanging out. Sorry for swearing so much, but it means a lot. And like Dan Shook once told me, which makes sense because he swears a lot, that people who swear are more honest. And I feel like I'm being honest with you when I say this because I love you guys so much. I'm going to finish this flight. I have a little bit of cool news, and let me forget about it. But at the end of this, I'm going to ask a random question to chat. There is a giveaway. And the chat, the giveaway isn't going to be based off super chats, although I do like super chats. They're great. They're great. Let me do a Donald Trump. I love super chats. I came in and I said, wow, the super chats. But that's not what that's about tonight. If you super chat, fantastic. But this has nothing to do with that. What this has to do with is just who's here, who's paying attention, and who I love, and who loves me, and who loves what the fuck we're doing. So this is what I'm doing for you. Tonight, after I do this reveal, and after I tell a little bit of cool news, before we leave, Dan Shook is getting a flight, and Jason is getting a flight for the finals of Matt Madness. One of you tonight, one of you in chat, it's going to be a random giveaway. It might not be random. It might be like a trivia. But if you're in chat, you will have the opportunity to win the same flight that I send them. I'm going to send one of you. I'm going to box up the same samples. I'm going to send them to you because since you're watching tonight, obviously the 300 of you are watching Matt Madness, right? Like, you're the hardcores. You're the people who are here, right? So I'm going to send the same flight that I send them to you. That way you can drink along Matt Madness style. And I'd love for you to send me answers while you do it. You're going to drink along Matt Madness style with Dan and with Jason, and just to see how difficult it is, or if you have fun, or if you enjoy the pours. It's going to be an identical flight. The same thing I send them, I'm going to send you. We're going to figure it out at the end who is going to get it, but you don't have to super chat to get it. You just have to be here. That's it. That's all. The hardcores. Hells yeah. And that's how I win Matt Madness. Finally. Yeah, Dara comes in. She's like, get the high score. That'd be hilarious. I liked 1 more than 5. I liked 2 more than 5. I liked 2 more than 3. Let me taste 4 again. Oh, 4 is good. 4 is very good. See, 4 is like what 5 would want to be if 5 didn't suck. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not. None of these are like absolutely crazy good. Which sucks. They're good. Don't get me wrong. But there is the lowest priced one in this bunch is $65. The highest price is $110. So like, where are we landing here with the price range? Because for $80, you should be able to get a damn good bourbon. Fly Fisher, hey Matt, as far as I'm concerned, you are the pioneer of whiskey tubers. Thank you. I'm not. Thank you for saying that, but I am not. No. Pioneer of whiskey tube way before me. Way before me. I mean, you can look at like Ralphie as like pioneer of whiskey tube. The Whiskey Vault, Whiskey Tribe, Daniel and Rex, those two are like Mount Rushmore. If you had to pick one, I'd probably pick the one that looks more like, I don't know, man bun, less. They both deserve a spot. Daniel and Rex, Whiskey Tribe, Whiskey Vault, those two, for sure, pioneers. Other like if you want to say pioneers, I mean, we're talking Ralphie for sure, but we're also looking at, as far as like mainstream content, I mean, it's bourbon night, right? For sure. Chad and Sarah are the pioneers of Whiskey Tube. Chad and Sarah, if I had a Mount Rushmore of Whiskey Tube is difficult because channels typically have more than one host. Let's say, let's do it this way. A Mount Rushmore of Whiskey Tube by channel, not by person, by channel. How many people are on Mount Rushmore? 5 or 4? Shit. I'm already confused. 4 or 5 on Mount Rushmore. Someone tell me. 4 or 5. Tony Bag of Donuts. I dropped an F-bomb on the witness stand once, and at the end of the trial, just said I was the only one he believed. That is so. Is that a dimple? No. But if I get a dimple, then I will probably be irresistible with the dimple. That's so funny. That is so funny. Quincy Powell, $1.37. Thank you, Quincy. And then Dara again with the super chat. For my plea to play Matt Minus Hardcore and no delivery fee for you, lol. Dara, I owe you so much. I owe you the world. Tom Fargassi. Tell Shayla the bottles so we don't get noodle recount. No. She knew the bottles ahead of time. Okay. 4. There's 4 on Mount Rushmore. All right. The only bottle that Shayla did not know was the one that I blended. And then at the very end, she's like, why don't you tell me which one number 4 is or whatever? And I was like, oh shit. It's because that's the one I blended. And it wouldn't have made sense if I didn't tell you before. I've spoken via texting, not messaging. I've messaged Shayla since and apologized profusely. I've apologized a lot. And I told her that I will be very much more transparent with her moving forward so that we don't have issues like that moving on, because I freaking love Shayla. Shayla is an amazing person. She's great. She is fantastic. A lot. Shayla's awesome. But I did her wrong that night, and I should have spoken with her beforehand. And this is a public apology to Shayla. Shayla, I am very sorry. I did not know that when I mentioned the fact that somebody who not even recently, long time ago, messaged me or emailed me, texted me, whatever the hell it was, said, how do we know that Shayla's not just giving them the answers? I didn't know that she would not laugh that off, and I did not know that she would get upset. She got pissed. She got really pissed off. Understandable. Looking back on understandable, should have spoken with her about that beforehand. But I did not, and that was my bad. So moving forward, much clearer on what's happening with Shayla. Unless, of course, I fudge it up again, which I won't. I promised her I would not. When's the next Where to Hide? Oh, that's Adam. I was thinking about it just the other day. That's really funny you mentioned that. I was thinking about that a couple days ago, like to make another video about where to hide whiskey from the wife. Bourbon Guild was great, but John Morgan for a super sticker. Thank you, John friggin' Morgan. The Whiskey Tube Mount Rushmore. Whiskey Tribe. It's Bourbon Night. Scotch Test Dummies. The fourth one's the hardest. This will be debated hard. Like, people will debate this and hate this, but I don't care. Whiskey Tribe, It's Bourbon Night, Scotch Test Dummies, Bourbon Junkies. Did a lot of channels come before Dan and Sean? Yeah. But did Dan and Sean change the game? Yeah. And for that reason alone, the fact that they're honest, great human beings with a twist of like what people might not like, they put a little bit of danger in Whiskey Tube. And they're the first danger in Whiskey Tube to hit 100,000 subscribers. Therefore, my Mount Rushmore of Whiskey Tube: Whiskey Tribe, It's Bourbon Night, Scotch Test Dummies, Bourbon Junkies. That's it. Suck on that. Suck on that, Montaigne, or wherever the Mount Rushmore is at. Shayla, a $10 super chat to chant Shayla's name. Love you long time, says Ophidian. Love you back, brother. Ernest Stevenson, I have to put an end to this flight. Ernest says, although I've been waiting on that retirement check for 3 months, I'm still in good shape and love the content. Also 4 on Mount Rushmore. Thanks, Ernest. One is a spicy, nutty, sweet, well-rounded ball of love with a bit of astringency and shit on the back end. 4. One and 4 are so close. It is mountain time, 9 o'clock at night, 9:08. There are dogs literally directly outside of my home having a bark competition. Bring your dogs in. There's no reason they should be having a bark competition. If I can hear them, you can hear them, right? If I can smell me, you can smell me. We've talked about it before. I found your channel because of them. You and the Junkies are my top. Yeah, well, dude, the Junkies are... You need a Bourbon Rushmore separate from Scotch? I was just talking whiskey in general. I mean, Scotch Test Dummies are all over the place. Whiskey Tribe's all over the place. If it's global whiskey, yeah, Ralphie is... Man, yeah, Ralphie probably deserves a spot. You're right. Probably does. Mojo, are you going to be at Pours this year? Dude, Mojo is the best. If you imagine what Mojo Bass and Bourbon looks like in person, then you totally nailed it. Pours in the Park 2, going to be... Oh, hell yeah. You're going to be there. Heck yeah. Dan or Sean, you can only pick one. You know where I'm going with that, for sure. If I had to pick Team Dan or Team Sean. I'm picking Team Gabby all the way. So hot. Just kidding, but still. Sticking by it, standing by it. She's an eye doctor, and I see nothing but stars in her eyes. Still a joke, but also at the same time, love you, Gabby. It's a joke, Sean. Jeez Louise, get over it. Stop throwing such a fit when I hit on your wife. We need another Beagle Rare. We did one, but guess what? The Beagle Rare stopped at the podcast and died there. I got to get on top of that. You're right. Dude, Bourbon saying, Steve. Oh my gosh. Do I have it? Do I have the coin? I might. We got to get off of here soon because I'm way deep into where I should be. What? It's 2 hours and 10 minutes in. Yeah, we got to finish this up. I think I like four more than one. But Chris from Bourbon saying, Chris is my guy. Yeah, 4 and 1 are close. They are way ahead of the other ones, I believe. 2 is very good as well. My final order goes 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's find out which one is which. And then we're going to do the fun news and the giveaway. Pours in the Park. I'll be there. Can't wait. Can't wait to meet you all. Bob, I hope that you are ready for a gigantic Matt Porter hug. ADHD, BJs, and SLB are the most down-to-earth and no BS guys on. The SLB guys, seriously, seem super freaking cool. Logan Square, yes, that's the one, Dominic. But they came out of nowhere. Like, I wish I knew them more. You know what I mean? Like, they grew so fast that we hardly know them. We hardly know them. But they do seem like really, really good dudes. 5, 3, 2, 1, 4. In last place, glass 5, is sample C, which I was most upset about. Really? Are you kidding me? That sucks. That's a 1792 foolproof. I'm for sure getting a Matt hug. Hopefully he won't press charges. Not a chance. Not unless you stab me in the throat. With your... Never mind. I honestly did not think that sample 5 was the 1792. 1792 foolproof picks are typically my jam. I love them so much. That one, though, hot mess. And that was from Base Camp Wine and Spirits. Your foolproof pick was not good. Dara, I'm getting a Matt hug too and a photo again, and Bill said he is too. You know what? Dara, you're getting one. Barry Texan's getting one for sure. Like the real good stuff. We'll talk about Bill later. We'll consider Bill at that point. Whenever that comes around, we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? Same thing with Cameron, Drums and Drams. Cam, you know, we might take a pick together, but me and Sarah, 100% taking a pick together, or several. Maybe even a video. I don't even know. It just depends. Tell Sarah what's up. 4th place this evening, Cam, love you, is sample 3, glass 3, which is letter... Oh, why is it so weird to read? That's E. Oh, no. Okay. Glass 3 was the Russells. So the Russells was not rustling my feathers to the nth degree. Yeah, that's what I said. Sample 3 was just sort of there and gone. It wasn't exceptional in any way. It didn't do anything out of the ordinary. It didn't jump through hurdles or over hurdles. It didn't like do a triple axel and stick the landing. If it were a shot putter, it didn't throw the shot put very far. If it were a discus thrower, it didn't throw the discus very far. But I don't want to diss this bourbon for being bad, because it's not. It is enjoyable. I would definitely drink it on occasion, but it is not in the top 3 this evening. That means we have 2 Old Foresters and an Elijah Craig in the top 3. Which one will win? Let's find out. Oh, Whiskey Encore, says Mojo. Chrissy says Russell's. Yeah, Sippin' South, I agree, but I haven't had a 1792 foolproof pick in a very long time. Daughter's birthday is Pours in the Park weekend. Gonna need a divorce attorney. If I skip, yeah. Daughter's birthday always comes first. Mr. Cheek says, you've lost weight. Nice, dude. 338. What's 338 minus 223? 115 pounds? Feeling good, dude. Feeling so much better. But at the same time, I have a lot to change to make myself extra healthy. Is it whiskey? Part of it. But that will come last. Tom's on the wait list for Pours in the Park. There's a wait list? That's incredible. That's crazy. Kids are still screaming in the back. Can you hear them? They're friggin' nuts. Hell yeah with Dara and Sarah, or is it Sarah? Cameron's Sarah is Sarah with an H, I believe. I definitely believe. Cameron's gone. Cameron left me for his wife. That son of a bitch. Third place was Glass 2, which is sample. Was that B? B. Old Forester Base Camp. So Base Camp had the 3rd place and a 5th place finish out of the 5. 3rd and 5th. 3rd and 5th. That means we're down to Mile High Wine Spirits Elijah Craig Single Barrel and Old Forester Bonanza Liquors Barrel Strength Single Barrel for the winner. If I had to guess, I would say I think that the very first sample I tasted was an Elijah Craig. If we go back, if we review the tape, I think that possibly the Dillon Ridge Liquors Old Forester Single Barrel edged out the 10-year Elijah Craig. But like I said, they're very close. So let's find out. The runner-up was Glass 1. And the winner was Glass 4. And the winner in Glass 4 was sample D, and I was correct in my guess. Very close. They're both extremely good. If you go to Dillon Ridge Liquors in Dillon, Colorado, and pick up their 129.6 proof Old Forester single barrel strength, so good. Or if you visit Mile High Wine and Spirits in Lakewood, Lakeview, Lakeside, Lake Night, Lake something, Colorado, the 10-year private barrel from Mile High Wine and Spirits, they're both super good. They're both super, super good. After I switched them, I kind of regretted it for a second, but then I went with it. They're both very good. The surprise of the night, I was thinking the 1792 foolproof was going to do way better, and it failed miserably. Like me and a friggin', I don't know. What type of test would I fail besides anything that has to do with me thinking or talking? My mom says, mic problems when you turn your head to your high. Sorry. So when I do this, it sounds worse than when I do this. Because my mic's there. That's my bad. Lake Butt? No. Buying a plane ticket now. Where are you going? Plane ticket to where? When you turn, it sounds like you're a teacher in Charlie Brown. I'm sorry. When you turn your head, you smother your mic. I'm a dick. Lakewood, Colorado. It is good. It's very good, Dara. It is super, super good. Third is Old Forester 129.6 for sure. Yep, that's the third place was the base camp. My mic, see, this is the problem. It's either I pin it to here where it gets altered when I turn my head, or I do it outside the shirt and I pin it here, and then there's a wire hanging, and it looks like an idiot, but you can still hear me no matter what I do. Probably should go with the looking like an idiot thing so you can still hear me. Wise Guy says, I just completed my I just completed my completion of Pours in the Park. See you there, buddy. I want you to autograph my bottle of barrel. Dude, Stu, shut up. Stu, I think you secretly want me to autograph your fist on my face, but I could be wrong. I think Stu hates me. Anyway, we're going to do a giveaway for the identical flight that Dan and Jason have for the finals. I will send that out this week. Obviously, if I have to overnight, it's going to go out Monday or Tuesday. If it has to go out Wednesday, it's going to get overnighted. But if it has to get overnighted, it will get overnighted. So we're going to do a giveaway for that. Let's do this. Cool news first. While I think of what the question, I'm going to do trivia for, it doesn't even have to be, I've got a great idea. It doesn't even have to be related. It just has to be trivia in general. Let's do this. I want to share my screen with you one more time. I want to share my screen with you one more time. And it's not the Woodenville sticker that Mr. DC made. Instead, cool news, brother. It's coming right now. Bring the news. This is plenty of time, by the way. If you are free, October, that's how far in advance we're going here. October 13th and 14th. On October 13th and 14th, there is the nation's largest barbecue competition. It's the nation's largest barbecue competition, where over 40,000 people invade the territory for this competition. It is a barbecue competition, October 13th and 14th. It is in Lynchburg, Tennessee. It is the Jack Daniel's World Championship Invitational Barbecue Tournament, where the world's best barbecue makers, barbecue cookers, barbecuists, the world's best barbecuers come together to compete to win the Jack Daniel's Invitational. Come see me October 13th and 14th. Because I'm a motherfucking judge, bitches. Boom! Hell yeah! Achievement unlocked. Not only am I a friggin' listen, they invited me to be a judge for the barbecue invitational. I get to judge the barbecue shit. Hell yeah! That is That feels so good to say. They sent me an email yesterday saying, "Hey Matt, do you want to be a barbecue judge?" And I said, I wanted to be that before anything else. Wiping tears away, they're like, "We'll pay for your flight and your lodging. We want you to be there." And I was like, "Hell's yeah." So listen, this is me telling you, the 300 people in chat, October 13th and 14th, I'm going to be in Lynchburg, Tennessee. I'm going to be so full of barbecue food that it doesn't even matter. I'm just going to be so full. I might be tooting or burping, but I'll still be sipping whiskey. And I want you to sip whiskey with me. I just want, what I read was it's free admission. They have a bunch of shit going on through Lynchburg, like a dog show and shit. I don't even know. But they want me to judge barbecue? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. I was going to do that a long time ago. If they ever, like, that's incredible. A barbecue judge? I'm way better of a barbecue judge than I'm a whiskey judge. Because I've been loving barbecue for friggin' years. Hells yeah. Whew. I think you might have said F yes. I'm super excited. Fudge, now I want barbecue so much. 2023 Barbecue Judge of the Year. Listen, you better bring the heat. If you're going to cook it, you better cook it right. I don't want to chew on no meat for several minutes. You know what I mean? You better bring it. If you're out there and you're cooking and I'm judging, hard to please me. Unless, of course, you're my wife, in which case, super easy. Stuck the landing. That sounds horrible. Horrible. Eric Yolk. You sound horrible. That sounds horrible. But super cool. Like, honestly, like super, super cool. It was really okay. The funniest part. Definitely need the heat to cook the meat. Hells yeah. What's the preferred ADHD barbecue flavor profile? Listen, I don't need no sauce. I want some dry rub. I want the meat to speak for itself. If you need to use sauce to make your meat taste good, then guess what? Your meat doesn't taste that great. It's just a sauce. I like a good dry rub, moist right off the bone, something that just like I can feel it in my mouth. Like you taste it and then it flares up everything and like gets your jowls doing the things that your jowls do, just creating moisture for that meat. And I cannot wait to see who will compete and who I will say whose meat is the best to compete. I don't know. I'm just super excited. That's super cool. The funny thing was phrasing. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Listen, it's free. It's free admission. The best part is just come. Oh, wow. If I were me and I were competing for Matt Madness, I would definitely clip the part where I just said, just come. But seriously, there's like no, just free, like, I don't know, just come. Just come. Podlassie Club. Who built? No, I don't think it's. Actually, it might be. I don't know. Oh, my wife. Hold on. I'm almost. All right. How long are you going to be streaming for, and what's the Wi-Fi password for her family? All right, here we go. Jeff nailed it. What did Jeff say? No idea. Todd Ritter. Hi, Matt. Love you, buddy. Love you, Todd. Friggin' Ritter. All right, let's do this. We already did that. We already got the winner. The winner was the Dylan Ridge Old Forester. Second place was the Elijah Craig from Mile High. Good news out of the way. All right. Trivia contest. The first person I see in chat with the correct answer will win the same exact flight that Dan Shook and Jason Calori get for the Matt Madness finals. You can taste along with them. The password's not always password, Keith. It has to be it can't be like super easy. It can't be extremely hard. So let me do this. This year, the theme of Matt Madness was Matt Madness Hardcore. The single barrel affiliated with Matt Madness Hardcore was it was a Nulu pick. Nulu, it was a bourbon whiskey finished in it was finished in a toasted barrel, then finished in an apple brandy barrel. Apple brandy means hardcore, right? That was the whole point. Hardcore from an apple core. What I want to know is the first person in chat who writes on my side of the screen, who I see, puts the correct proof of that bottle, the Nulu Hardcore bottle in chat, wins the flight. What's a proof of Nulu Hardcore? We have a winner. Keith Link on my side. I got Keith Link, Drums and Drams, which is really funny, came in really right after him, but Keith Link, 123, Keith Link, you are the winner of the exact flight that Dan and Sean get, or I'm sorry, not Dan and Sean, Dan and Jason gets. I can't remember. I rattled. So, Keith, email me, ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. I will get you the same, email me your address. That way, I don't have to email you back. Email me your address, say, Matt Madness Finals flight winner in the subject line, if you would. That will make it way easier for me. And then I will send you the same exact flight. What would be really funny is when you do that, I would love it for you to send me answers along with them to see how you do, to see how you compare. That'd be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. I want to do it so bad. That's what I always say, Dara. But I want to do it so bad. That's a lot of Eagle Rare you're going to get. Damn it, Beery Texan. Barry, I was going to send you a Jack Daniels, but now I'm not. Matt, if Keith beats the finalists, you need to post it on the stream. Bob, that's not true. Does he win? No, he doesn't win a belt if he wins. Because, listen, you have to go through the whole tournament. You can't just win one game. You know what I mean? And he'd have to be live on stream, unboxing it, the whole thing. So it's just more of like a fun thing. But speaking of fun things, I need to leave here so that I can hopefully do some fun things in bed later, which probably, most likely will not happen. But there's always a what if. And That is what I'm banking on, the what if. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on doing whatever it takes to make your wife happy. For example, if 2 weeks ago she is driving to an undisclosed location after work and just spikes a friggin' flying turkey with her Toyota Camry and her windshield takes the brunt of the damage, you reach out to the best friends you have in that area, who happen to be Dara and Bill, the average drinker, and you ask them to help her out, to help you out. They agree. You're a hero. Then you go and rent a car, spend a lot of money, $1,100 to be exact, for 2 weeks of rental car action. You go to where she's at, you pick her up, you bring her home. You tell her, babe, this $1,100 rental car is now your rental car. Don't fuck it up. Then after those 2 weeks are over and her car is fixed, after you've gone over and over with the insurance company and the auto glass specialists, safeguard, replace, and you make sure that everything is totally legit, you return that rental car while she's sleeping in bed, nestled in so comfortably. You return it to the location where you rented it from, which happens to be an airport, which also flies airplanes. And you tell them, you ask them nicely, if I give you $430, will you fly me to Denver? And they say, that's way too much. And you say, I agree. And they say, but that's how much it will cost you. And you say, shit. So they put you in the air for a half hour and then put your ass back on the ground in Denver. And then the Uber people, they say, where would you like to go? And I say, wherever $60 will take me, plus tip. And they're like, well, it'll take you all the way to your car, your wife's car. And you're like, bring me there, friend. And then they bring you to the car. Then you get in that car. After you pay for the windshield, $750, no big deal. And then you turn over the ignition, like a charm. And then you drive it 4 hours through the rainy mountains to your wife, who loves you so much. She better fucking love me. Anyway, that's all. I love you. And hopefully you love... I don't even know where I was at there. It's a long day. And I long for you. Goodbye. Good night. DC will get you, Keith. What's this? Oh, ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. Or you can email me at my alternate email address, fish, the number 9, the word 0, Z-E-R-O, the number 6 @gmail.com. fish906 @gmail.com. Either one of those will work, but ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com would make way more sense, and I would probably figure it out sooner. Love you all. Good night. See you Friday the 9th, Matt Madness finales. Good night.